G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the north side of the map, playing in the colour orange. As the Chinese, it's Louis MT. And on the west side of the map, playing as the Mongols in the colour blue, we got Tips AoE. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're here on Wetlands, witnessing a battle, a pretty big battle that's going to be happening today, I suspect. I love this matchup. Mongols versus China. Definitely comes down to a lot of skill, and I'm looking forward to seeing how Louis plays this, because the Mongols typically love to have an aggressive opening, especially against a civilization like China. You've got to be careful. China have got a lot of tools to deal with your aggression. As an example, maybe you're aggressive towards the gold mine. Well, guess what? China, if they fall short, well, they can just pick up some tax instead. They've also got powerful supervision properties from that imperial official if they choose to drop down a barracks in the Dark Age. But most importantly, they've got access to the Barbican, which is going to give them plenty of coverage in the event any spearmen come roaming through. Speaking of spearmen, at the moment, Louis is on wood, so he's got two options. Number one, or rather, Tips is on wood. I do apologize. Louis is our Chinese player. So number one is he could look for a dock. Now, we haven't really seen docks come out too much on Wetlands, but there are places that you can use them. And now remember, docks also act as mills. So if you throw a dock down right here, you've got 4 berries and you've got the 3 fish there as well. Khan just chilling out for the moment, but it is going to be an early barracks that he opts for. So Tips going to be going for that early aggressive style. Now, I've played against Tips before. I actually played a really long game against Tips, and one of the things I loved about it, so after I beat him, he just asked me, any tips? I'm like, I started thinking, I'm like, is that why you're called Tips? Is that what, is he called Tips because he just wants tips every time he loses? But if that's the case, I mean, that's a great attitude to have. If you want to get, hey, developers. At least he can see that. And look at that. He had to use, did he use the arrow? No, he didn't use the arrow. I thought he used the arrow, the scouting falcon, to spot out the deer. The ultimate in savagery. He just knows how this map gens. But fortunately, he can peer into this. It's only 1 tree deep. And the forests do sometimes spawn very weird on this map. And you can peer through them. But let's ride on board with Louis. See exactly what he's up to, because he's about to click up to the next age. Now, he's got enough gold in here at the tax, or at the mill, that he could take the tax back, but it's a big walk. That's a big walk right there. A lot of villagers here on this start. So I'm curious whether he looks to just drop a Barbican. He might just drop the Barbican right here, right in this position, because it's within the range of the town center, and then it protects the food, also looks to protect the gold. It's not probably the best spot. I reckon you just go Imperial Academy, actually. Oh yeah, Imperial Academy right there. Oof, that's going to be juicy. Yeah. Beautiful stuff. All right, so Imperial Academy going to be coming up. Outpost going to be thrown down. This is a very, like, this outpost is just like, it's never going to get up, right? Like, you see all the vills here. This, I mean, you're having a laugh. You're having a laugh. Now, to be fair, even if it does get up, it's not even a big deal, because you're only hitting, like, the food, and the shorefish are going to be gone soon. So just commit to it. That's fine. Instead, decides to go over to gold. Now, Louis still got, oh, beautiful play by Louis. Deletes the mill. The lumber camp, no. The stone mine, no. It's almost you got a drongo. The mining camp, deletes the mining camp, and look at that. He is just like, right now, he's like, well, he's so slippery. He can barely do anything, and the Vill's gonna move in. He's gonna repair it and delete it immediately. Did not. Too slow, Louis. Too slow. The bounty goes over. So for anybody wondering what's happening right there, so the Mongols, if they get a tag on a building, 1 HP, then that marks the building. And then subsequently, if the building gets destroyed, then they get the bounty for it. That's the way that it works. However, if you repair the building back up to full health, then that tag is removed. And subsequently, they don't get the bounty. So what Louis was trying to do was repair that building, or that mill, to 100% and then delete it quickly. Unfortunately, in Age of Empires 4, though, if you want to delete something, you've got to hold and wait. You've really got to, like, you got to try a lot to get that out. So unfortunately, the Khan did get a single arrow, and I think he was sieging down the position as well. But yeah, Louis just a little bit slow on that one. But we do see Tips going to be going for the Silver Tree on the south side of the map. Now, this is a pretty good map to trade on. You've got guaranteed... Oh, my... I fucking hate this map, dude. You shall not trade. You shall not trade. The developers absolutely need to remove this map. This is the stupidest map. I am sorry. Look how dumb this map is, right? You've got one set of deer that's trapped, a second set that's not trapped, but it should bloody well be. Look at it. And you've got a trading trade post that's non-existent. It's literally off the map. I'm 99% sure that is completely in the corner, and there's no way you're going to be able to get trade through there. That is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious. If he loses this match... If Tips loses this match right now because of this factor, I tell you what, I would be mad for Tips. Now, it's one of those things where it's like, you've got two ways that you can do it. Number one is you just go, that's absolutely fucked. I'm done with this shit, and just quit. Okay, that's probably the way I would do it, because I'm basing my entire strategy on the fact that I'm going to have a trading post up here that's accessible. So I don't know what's happened in the map gen where the map has been like, hey, you know what? We're going to throw down a forest right next to that trade post, and we're going to cover it in. So something crazy's happened. Devs have got to fix this map. This is absolutely crazy. But the second way that you can play it is say, okay, well, things didn't go well, but what we can do is we can still look to try and trade to this trading post. So let's see exactly what he does. Tips in the middle of the map, going to get forced back by a couple of archers. So Louis going to be just playing standard archers for the moment. We do see him heavily on stone. So do expect to see a second town center coming up shortly. I like the fact that he's gone out with just a handful of archers, just two. But now the horsemen are out as well. So Tips, he's yet to find out exactly how painful it's going to be for him. He's going to be wondering where that second trade post is. Obviously, he'll know that the first one's over on that side. The archer looked like it did make its way through. Wheelbarrow coming through, also going to be picking up those early horsemen, or just, I think they called it normal horsemen, I guess that's probably what we could call them, but they do spot out that archer. That archer gets cleaned up, so the second archer going to get thrown down. Going to get taken out, rather. Second town center for Louis. Thrown down now. Beautiful little spot he's got here. Leaves enough tiles so that he can throw down farms as well if he pleases. I think it's 4. Yeah, it looks like 4. Louis the kind of guy to throw down a couple farms around the TC, even playing as China. Now look at this. Good luck ever stopping that town center from coming up. 12 villagers on that bad boy. And look at the forest. I mean, look at this. Literally, again. Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky. Relic, you're lucky. I don't know what you're doing keeping this map in on the rotation right now, but... And of course, just a random boar spawning up the back here. Why not? Have a boar close to you. I guess he's got a boar over here as well, doesn't he? Outpost just chilling out for the moment, though. Hasn't really achieved much with it. He got one bounty, that was it. But we haven't really seen him piggyback, bunny hop, whatever you'd call it, slip and slide. You know, often you see, like, you know, the first outpost comes down, second outpost comes down, third outpost comes down, fourth outpost thrown up here, and slowly but steadily, you're completely engulfing your enemy base with outposts. But Tips has avoided that today, so I'll give you a little tip, Tips. Make sure you pick that one up. Make sure you throw down a few more outposts. Tip's going to be repelled from this position. Looks like he might. Does he think about going for the boar? No. Can always just aggro the boar, bring it over. That's what I'd be doing. The boar, more. You know what? If you do that, you're probably just going to lure the boar. Louis is the kind of guy who'll just be like, thank you. Let's see if he does it. Oh, he's playing with fire, or not even playing with fire, but I mean, you could be playing with fire. That's the thing, right? Yes. But yeah, Louis is the kind of guy that's like, oh, thanks for the boar lure, and then just kills the boar, and then he's like, he's got a perfect little boar spot. So yeah, watch out for Louis. So the double TCs come through for him on the Chinese. Single town center for the moment. Now, Tips. I mean, hold on a minute. He spots behind there. He sees behind here, but did the Khan come over? I think the Khan had to have come over right against the edge of the map. I wonder if he can get through there. I'm 99% sure he can't get through there. Aggression up towards the north. The boar does get pulled. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Here it comes. Pumbaa is getting a little bit upset. Villager's going to be coming out, and indeed, Louis just straight away says, thank you. Villager, beautiful micro coming in from Louis. He's going to be able to take that one out for sure. All villagers survive. This one on 20 health, so he's absolutely fine. And yeah, I think Louis was definitely playing the long game on that. He was just waiting for the boar to come in. It was inevitable. But we do see the step readout going to be thrown down for Tips now, which is definitely the play. So in Tips' position, what he wants to be doing here, this is my little tip for Tips, is he needs to be making sure that he goes into a second stable, which is already done. And as soon as you're up, you want to be spamming out lances. You need to be hitting your enemy hard with lances. You want to be hitting them from all angles. You want to be rushing in underneath that town center. And ideally, you want to make sure you pick up +1 ranged armor so that you're taking less damage from the town center fire. It's not the main shot that you're worried about. Rather, it's those secondary arrows. Once there's 25 vills stacked up in these TCs, Instead of taking 50 damage, you can take 25. So you survive a lot longer, twice as long underneath those TCs. But we do see now that with the age up coming through and the silver tree over on that west side of the map, there's not really going to be a reliance here on trade at all. It's going to be a distinct absence. Something that I guess normally you'd expect there to be a few. I've watched Puppy Paw play this matchup. I've watched him play as the Mongols quite a bit. And one of the things that we do see him do is go for double trade all the time. So, or double trader. So he makes double doubles. So 2 sets of 2 traders, 4 traders, they bring back the gold, and then he ages up using that gold. But slowly and steadily, we do see Tips expanding down to that south side. He's down 15 vills already. Outpost was going up on this north side. Village up. Nice little micro from Tips. Well played by him. And now Louis. He's going to be thinking about going Castle Age himself. 9 villages on gold. That's a lot. 3rd TC from Louis. Louis, that is aggressive. Louis, that is greedy. Okay, Louis. You and I, we got to have a chat, because there is actually a big window that's opening for Tips right now. Let's see if he's able to take advantage of it. Now, he's managed to get 1 set of Lancers in queue. 2nd set not yet in queue. And this is a little bit of a, I wouldn't necessarily say a fail, but a mistake. You need to have those 2nd set in queue ASAP, because you need to hit your enemy with 4 Lancers. 2 come in here, boom. Then 2, I don't know where they go. Maybe through here. They try and find a way through. Maybe up the back here. There's got to be some way that you can find your way through, but you need to be hitting your enemy with those Lancers. But all of a sudden, geez, look at how quick Louis is. He goes for the 3 town centers, and I love the play style for, oh my god, look at the production coming out from Louis. Oh jeez, I love this, Louis. How do you do it? How are you getting away with 3 town centers, aging up and holding off on the defensive against that little push? Now, it was a little push. It wasn't a big push. It was a little push, but I feel like Louis just knows how to test the limits perfectly, and he just sits right on it. 3 TCs right now is crazy from the Chinese player. The fact that he's got Song Dynasty as well, this is the equivalent of 4 town centers against 1 on the enemy side. But Tip's making a bit of a mistake. He's got the advantage right now, and his enemy's just aged up, but that's okay. Send those Lancers in, get them in there. You get their hands dirty. That's what this is about right here. Market going up on the backside. The potential for trade. Always open as well for Louis. And now crossbows coming out. And this is where it gets really hard. So I don't know what it was for Tips, why he was so late, or rather why Louis was so quick. But it feels like from this position, it's not going to be going uphill for Tips. He's definitely pulled the foot off the gas a little bit too early. Needed to be ramming it. You got to ram it in there nice and deep as soon as you get up. That's the power of the Mongols. And we do see a blacksmith coming down. Archery range is going to get thrown down, but just remember, the game's not over just yet. I mean, Louis, he hasn't won. Even though he's up 25 vills, it might look terrible. Oh, he did get behind. Oh, my lord, never mind. He did get behind. 180 gold, not too bad. But my lord, isn't that close. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm still sticking it on the thumbnail. It's still going there. Get it on there. We have got to talk about this. I mean, this map, this is just like an example of why this map is terrible. It's one of those cases where it's just like, I mean, he's fortunate that he can use it. Is there something hard-coded so that it always leaves a gap? Perhaps. But the Lancer's finally going to make it through. Tips coming in. Better late than never. Gets a nice little raid on the backside. Now starts working on that village account. 3 vills down. He's going to be looking to take out a 4th one. He gets it. Spearman moving in. It's got his veterancy upgrade, so he's going to have plenty of opportunity to counter-attack or to defend. Up towards the north side. Shaman going to be taking away the relics. Just remember, the advantage is heavily in Louis' favor at the moment. If I had to give him a percentage chance to win, I'd be sitting at about 80% right now. It's very, very high. But Lancer somehow makes it behind enemy lines and still looking to try and chase down those villagers. Hasn't gone with a split, but that's okay because he's scouted out a whole huge amount of villagers. Khan got to be careful not to get caught out of its position, and indeed it looks like it will. It does go down. Terrible damage coming out there, but still, those villagers doing a beautiful loop-de-loop. They've got their wheelbarrow, so they're a little bit faster, and now that combination, the spearman crossbow combination, is more than enough to hold off this defensive position. But villagers are open up once again. 9 vills already gone down. Tips looking to try and even it up a bit more. He's down 26 vills. The quick wall comes in. Louis, oh, he's playing it beautifully. He's trying his best to squeeze his enemy out, and does so beautifully. Now I'm going to be heading through, and once again, Louis buys himself more time. And with the purchase of time, what that means... Oh, he wasn't Song. This whole time he wasn't Song. I do apologize. Song Dynasty only coming in at the 14-minute mark. 15-minute mark for Louis. That's why he could go for the 3rd TC. Wow, okay, so we start to see the delay, the terrible nature of Song Dynasty being exposed. We don't see people going for Song Dynasty until 3 town centers are down now. Remember, Song Dynasty, it's going to afford you going to give you faster training villagers, but that it will only give you the equivalent of 1 town center once you've got 3 town centers. So if you've got 2 town centers and go for Song Dynasty, it's actually more beneficial for you to go for a 3rd TC instead. So Louis demonstrating there. So beautiful maths coming out from that Chinese player to understand that and to utilize that. And great addition of the Barbican coming in, now going to be utilized as a pseudo 4th town center. But now, down on that south side, Tip's still looking pretty good. The trade going to be helping him out a huge amount. Now, let's have a look and see how many traders we've got. We've got 11. He's got pretty decent coverage here with the outposts as well as they continue coming up. An attack going to be coming. It's only a wolf. Outpost did go down in the middle of the map, and now Tips has got to start thinking about, ooh, what do I do here against these forces? And this is where the archers come in. But we can see right now that he's got no archers whatsoever. He needs to be working on archers. We need to see a lot. Oh, Tip's not paying attention. They've got their torches out as well. Look at the lancers. This is a classic bug. I love this bug. Men-at-Arms going to be coming out. These guys obviously getting countered by the crossbows. The mangonel should be doing decent work there, but remember the spears can just sack themselves and go straight for that mango, and then all of a sudden the crossbows are fine. But now we've got that big push out coming. Men-at-Arms on the front line. Should be having a decent time there against the spears. But really, we need to see an archer switch here. This is all about archers right now. Needs to go heavily into veteran archers, get the +2 ranged armor upgrade. That's how he's going to be able to hold off the Chinese player. But the problem that you've got is this right here. We're talking 40 villages of difference between these guys. When it comes to the economy totals, you're talking about, what are we sitting on here? 3,500 versus, oh, it's pretty close actually. About 2,000, 3,000, 3,200, something like that. But the big shot comes in from the Mango. Only looks to hit about 3 of those crossbows. More crossbows going to be looking to join the fight. Mango able to hold it off. And still kiting against those men-at-arms at the same time over towards that west side. The Spearman has found out what his enemy was up to. Oh my lord, he got through the top side. Look at that. He got through the top. Oh, see you later, mate. Very, very nice. Okay, maybe, you know what? Maybe we don't need to talk about this map. No, we still need to obviously talk about this map. This is unacceptable. How would you challenge this? Could you imagine if you had stone walls over here, stone walls there? You'd never be able to deny that at all. And by the same token, what if Louis comes in and just stone walls this segment? What do you do then? Gosh, what do you do then? What's the counterplay? But got a nice little spread. We enter into the cinematic mode, and I'm starting to wonder where Tip's army is. And don't tell me you sent everybody back over towards this position. It looks like only a single men-at-arms. He's going to get caught out. The men-at-arms, well, rather, the palace guards together with the spears going to be diving the mangonel. Absolutely nothing here to deal with this. And Louis just steamrolling right now over the top of Tips. Tips got to be careful. He's got to fall back. He needs those archers. Potential for a wall of lol to come through. Tips, bring it out. Tips, bring it out. We need you right now. Bring out the relic, Tips. That's my ultimate tip to you right now, Tips. And he's holding on for dear life, but it's not going to matter. The crossbowman on the backside just doing so much work here. There's finally the archers joining the fray. But still that front line just doing absolute work. And remember the economy behind this. I mean, Tips has got he's got the trade. But China's just got the momentum. They've got the potential here. Khan going to be going down as well. Still that option for a relic for a Wallala was here. Unfortunately missed there by Tips. Obviously the APM, it can be a bit hard when you've got so many things happening at the same time. But we will bring back the UI so you guys can see exactly what we've got up right now on the screen. And you can see there's a huge difference in military, and Tips taps out. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave a link in the description of where you can catch Tips live over on Twitch. As you can see by his name, he streams on Twitch TV. So go say good day from me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Maybe leave him a tip or two, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye.